Hello, and welcome to the A.D.H.Deep-Dive, the show that's not about ADHD, but is filled with proof it exists. My name is David J. Mund. I am joined today, until she leaves, by my baby girl, Judah, my little man, Gus, Emma's big, or what we call bug man, Timber, and Emma Sheridan.
Hi.
Do you actually quickly want to tell them why we call Timber the bug man?
The bug man. It was a typo on Snapchat.
Yeah.
I think you were watching the dogs, and I don't know if the typo was on my end or your end, but I said, thanks for watching the big man, or thanks for hanging out with the big man, but it auto-corrected to bug man. So forevermore, he is the bug man.
Yeah, funny enough that now he is just permanently the bug man. Anyways, so this will probably be, just to address this off the bat, this will probably be a relatively short episode. Mostly because I don't really have a lot to talk about in this moment. And also, holy shit, I'm exhausted. Couple of quick notes. First and foremost, last night we played a show in Bay City, and we did not get home until 6, I think. I walked in the door and woke you up to say I was home at 6:11. 6:11 in the morning. Bay City shows are always a lot of fun for us. We did really well with merch. Okay, Judah is tearing up the curtains. We did really well with merch. We have good feedback from the audience. We have a good turnout when it comes to Bay City shows. It's just 3.5 hours away, and if we're not like immediately hitting the road when the show is over, then it's always like 4 or 5 o'clock that we get done, and then we have to offload all of the stuff and put it back in the rehearsal space and get it out of the trailer so it doesn't freeze and whatever. So I'm a sleepy boy, and also within these sleepy eyes are little particles of onions. We're making, tell me what we're making.
Vegetarian chicken tortilla soup.
Vegetarian,
sans the chicken.
Yes, so tortilla soup. We just put tortilla shells in a vat of vegetable broth, and that's the soup. And that's not true. We got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb,
I was
ham,
hoping you'd start it.
chicken, turkey, dog.
Yeah, beans, you name it. Tomatoes, veggie broth, onion, garlic, sour cream, cheese, tortilla chips.
Free shavacado.
So much cilantro.
Oh, cilantro, yeah. Avocado. But yeah, so we're gearing up to do that, and I was just cutting onions, and my eyes are filled with onion juice, the blood of 1,000 onions. And then, yeah, just as a quick ground rule, or not ground rule, thing that I want to address off the top, I guess. This episode comes out Monday, December 8th. I think today's the 7th, because my show was on the 6th. Yes. This Friday, December 12th, at the Pyramid Scheme, Midwest Guys is headlining. I think back in the day they headlined once out there. But for my first time ever, headlining the Pyramid Scheme in Grand Rapids for our 3rd annual Ugly Sweater Party, featuring On Vacation Years Later and Hexing, Wear Your Ugliest Sweater. If you've never seen Midwest Guys, I would say at this point, this is the show that I want you to go to, mostly because we need bodies in the building. Sorry, I just remembered that both of our boys were on the couch here, passed the hell out. But yeah, we need bodies in the building. Tickets are $12. If you are hearing the sound of my voice and would like to come to the show, you can get tickets from me. We would appreciate that. It helps with the pre-sale numbers. Tickets are the same at the door as well, so you can just buy them as you head in. And then final thing that I wanted to address off the bat, speaking of pyramid schemes, look, there's this, I'm trying to tell people, all right? This is not just because I get a kickback here. There is an app called Upside, which is a cashback app. It's free to have. All you need to do is continue to spend the money you're already spending at gas stations and convenience stores. You can get money off of a gallon. So like you pull up, it's like Gas Buddy, right? Like you pull up the app, it shows you a bunch of different places in your area that use Upside, and it just says you can get 13 cents off a gallon or 13 cents cash back per gallon or whatever. And then that accumulates into its own little account that you can just withdraw, you can turn into gift cards, you can do whatever with it. But right now, there's a promo where if you use my promo code, you and I get $11 cash back the first time you use the app. So if you are going to get gas and you spend $10 on gas and you've used the app, you get whatever money back that you would have through the app, and both of us get $11. Then you can send that code to somebody else, and it becomes a pyramid scheme. Whatever.
Yeah.
Multi-level marketing.
I will say I've probably lifetime, which it was like a year. I think I've had it for like a year. I've gotten $70 from it.
It's nice.
But that's, so you're not going to get rich or
No.
anything. But it's,
No, certainly.
I mean, I'll take an extra $70.
Mm-hmm. And you're spending the money that you were already spending.
Yeah.
It's not like you need to go out and spend more money to do so. It's just nice. You get the cash back.
I also appreciate that you can just transfer it to your bank account, and it's not like one of those apps that's like, oh, you can get a gift card.
Yeah.
So, which is great. I'll take a gift card too, but it's kind of the whole thing. So.
Okay. So anyways, use my code in the description for Upside. Get $11 in free rewards, and then use that link and send it to other people. And you both, every time that they spend money, for life, you get some of the. I think you get like a penny per gallon every time that they do it.
They changed it. It's now 10 cents per transaction. So,
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's probably more than.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, just wanted to get that stuff out of the way. Now that we're almost 10 minutes into the podcast, I may as well get to what I was talking about. Emma, would you love me if I was a worm? So, I mean that somewhat seriously and mostly sarcastically, in that lately, Emma and I have been hitting each other with some hypotheticals in the context of the, like, would you love me if I was a worm? And it's kind of become a bit in the house for us. Like, I'll step out of the bathroom or something like that, or she'll come in from outside or whatever, and we have to pause for a moment and go, so here's a hypothetical. Do you have any favorite hypotheticals that we've done so far that are more like low-key?
Oh, the low-key ones?
Yeah.
So before I even I'm stalling a little bit, I suppose. It's always fun to try to find, I don't know if you as a child, you listener, you David, have ever done that thing where you try to find the very middle of like the on and off of a light switch, like now it's on, now it's off. Can I find the middle and hopefully not make things explode? So hitting David with a hypothetical that's outlandish and then scaling it back to see what is the threshold at which he would be okay with something that is probably still questionable is very fun for me. As far as low-key ones, I don't know. I don't tend to start with
No, we've gone off the deep end.
Ones.
It's been aggressive. But, okay, contextually, yes, it is the would you love me if I was a worm, which is, in and of itself, sort of a psychological exercise that is fun for a couple, I'm finding. In the cheesiest sense, like, would I love you if you were a worm? What is the context here? Did you become a worm suddenly overnight and I've woken up to you and you're now a worm? And you have all of the same memories of us and all of the same conscious thought and capacity for love and reciprocal love and conversation or whatever. Did I meet you as a worm? You have to add context to these hypotheticals. And so that is like a fun improv exercise for us, sort of, is that we launch the hypothetical, then whittle it down, chip away at the edges till we find the middle of the light switch where we would go, if this was the circumstance and you were a worm, no, I would not love you. If this was, I would of course love you. In the middle somewhere, it's like, interesting. I don't know the answer to that question. And I like those better because it's like, usually it comes back to, man, I really hope I don't have to find out. I hope this hypothetical does not come true. Or,
well, that's an important ground rule, is we have a very serious rule that we can't use the hypotheticals to soft launch something that's true.
Yes.
So I can't be like, here's a hypothetical for you. What if I was $1 million in debt? If I was actually $1 million in debt.
Right, just to be like, how would you feel about that?
Yeah.
And judging on the other person's reaction. Then, therefore, disclosing, okay, well, because it seems like you would be okay with it, you can't get mad. I'm $1 million in debt. So what that tends to do is like some of those hypotheticals become, at what point would we argue? Because knowing full well, these aren't soft launches. And we have to sometimes go like, also just to be clear, just for clarity, I'm not saying we argue about the hypothetical. It's like, in this hypothetical situation, when would that hypothetical, if true, be an argument versus like a, like for example, Emma launched a softer one, not a soft launch, but she was like, okay, so here's the hypothetical. What if every time you heard me washing my hands, it was just me running the water and I wasn't actually washing my hands? I just knew you could hear me and I just wanted you to think that I was washing my hands. That became I wouldn't love it. I would not love that that was the case. I would more wonder, why are you doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would prefer that you wash your hands, but you don't need to lie to me.
Well, but then these also sometimes do evolve into actual improv exercises.
Yes.
Do you remember the first because you started the hypotheticals. This was a trend you started. Do you remember the first one you hit me with? It was.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to say it or you want me to?
I want you to.
Hang on, just for the audience, I need to write something down. I'm stalling here because I need to ask Emma if this is okay. So 1 second. I
will say, as he's writing, something that's funny is sometimes, because what'll happen is we'll reach a question and then we'll say, let's play it out. And let's play it out means we're going to pop into character and then play out perhaps what the argument would sound like.
Which is a fun acting exercise.
And at a point, we have to make sure that the door is, like the screen door is shut, and or occasionally pause and go, neighbors, we're not actually fighting.
The bottom there. I am.
I don't. Yeah, that's fine.
You don't care?
I don't care.
Okay, so I think I've mentioned on the podcast a handful of times that from like 2019 to the end of 2021, I was doing a lot of recreational drugs. So that was not just the weed, but mushrooms, acid. I'd done cocaine a bunch, did a lot of Molly. And that's a life gone by. I've talked about on the podcast that I'm comfortable doing a handful of recreational drugs like psychedelics, but like the cocaine days, I would never touch it again. I'm glad that I had my experimentation, but I would never do it again. And I'm confident in that I would never do it. So one of my hypotheticals to Emma was, okay, so what if I told you, knowing again, this is not a soft launch. You and I are sitting down one day and I say, hey, I just wanted to let you know, I know that, we've talked about the fact that I used to do cocaine, and I know it's not something that you love and you don't judge me for it, but what if I told you that 3 times a week? No, what was it? 3 times a week? Or is it once every like 3 weeks?
I thought it was 3 times a week. 3 times a week, yeah.
That's interesting because that changes the conversation in my head. I thought it was like once every 3 weeks.
No, it was 3 times a week.
3 times a week. Mm-hmm. I do a small, negligible, almost you couldn't tell key bump of cocaine. It's not like a line of cocaine. I'm not what I would consider doing coke. I'm doing a small key bump, which is just putting a little tiny bit of cocaine on the end of a key and just snorting it real fast. Kind of just like, which in that context, for the uninitiated, would just be like a little caffeine boost. It'd be like a 5-hour energy, real fast. And it's clearly not a problem. Like you didn't even know that I was doing it. So like, this not the hypothetical, but it's like, in this hypothetical, you didn't know that I was doing it until I told you. So clearly it hasn't had like an effect on our dynamic or whatever. How would you feel about that? And then you asked some follow-up questions. Yeah. And then we got closer to the middle of the light switch. Do you remember your follow-up questions?
Oh, God. The follow-up questions were probably, why didn't you tell me? Well, I don't know that we need to even walk through, because what I really
You don't
want to
play it out? Okay, okay.
What I want to play out, the
We
worm
could do an
one.
exercise for people.
I do want to do that, but I
Okay.
want to do it with the worm question, because I think that's hilarious, and we haven't actually walked through the worm question.
Okay. I think that we need to close the book on the
we do.
cocaine
I
thing.
just
We're
want
coming back to
I
the
just
cocaine
want
thing.
yeah. Well, I do want to close the book on the cocaine. I just
Okay.
don't want to act out the cocaine one fully.
Okay.
But my follow-up questions were, why didn't you tell me? Where are you getting it from? To which your answer was, essentially, you had a stockpile like a dragon's horde. Like
I bought it a
sitting on
long time ago,
Yeah.
and because I only do a little bit, sorry, I'm doing what you didn't want me to do, and that's acting it out. But yeah, the answers were like just honing in on the fact that I'm not spending a bunch of money on it. I'm not whatever.
Mhm.
Getting to the point where, again, where it usually reaches its normal conclusion is, I wouldn't love it.
Yeah.
I would love
Well,
you.
Yeah, because, kind of the two options were, I wouldn't love it, but we would survive it, or I don't think we would
Yes.
survive it.
Which is funny because
Yeah.
we tend to land on, if we're playing with a hypothetical, the conclusion we're looking for is, would we survive this
Yeah.
as a couple?
To which I have lobbed out many where the answer would be no.
We would not survive this.
One of which, my favorite to come back to, is the secret altar.
Oh my God. She hit me with one. If you've ever seen the show Hey Arnold, there is a bit where, and I don't think you were pulling this from reference, but there's a bit where Helga throughout the show is, do you know Hey Arnold? Did you ever watch Hey Arnold?
I'm aware of it.
Arnold's bully, Helga, was secretly in love with him.
Mm-hmm.
And the show would frequently go back to her hanging out at this altar that she's made for Arnold, where she's made his head out of chewed bubble gum, and it's tucked away, and she has to like open this thing up. There's pictures of him and like whatever. And after bullying him for a while, she'll go home and be like, "Oh, Arnold, if only you knew how much I love you," whatever. This is a version of that, but with the love already transparent. So she hit me with, what would you do? Or rather, okay, let's start with how they usually start. Here's a hypothetical for you. What would you do if I told you that I've had like a secret like altar? Could you play that out?
So you're just cleaning up one day, and you like open a cupboard that you normally don't, and you find that it's like a picture of you, and like, candles, maybe flowers.
You mentioned locks of beard hair.
Beard hair, yeah. And what would you? Yeah, that was the initial lob out. What would you do?
I think. Now, just to be clear, in this hypothetical. Okay, let's play it.
Well, for the record, the response was, we wouldn't survive that.
Yeah, I don't think that we would, or I didn't think that we would, but that was before asking some clarifying questions, which I still don't think. Because what we end up doing too is finding out in this hypothetical that the only reason this hypothetical would be the case is because clearly you're unwell.
Yeah, there are many times where it's like, well, it's finding the thing behind the thing, and the thing behind the thing is, but you don't normally do that.
Right, like existing in and we'll get back to the altar thing. Existing in a judgment-free zone here, I am not judging anybody necessarily who partakes in this, but Emma hit me with like, what if I told you that I wanted to like start getting a bunch of like Botox, like lip injection and like skin tightening and all that. And I don't necessarily judge individuals who do, but I know that's not really something that Emma has ever been like pro. Like Emma's been very pro age gracefully, just like age into the body that you are given. And again, existing in a judgment-free zone, I would like to say that I am inclined to believe it wouldn't matter. Like I would, of course, still love you. But what this is now is a sign of a changed perspective on the reality that you exist in. So if suddenly tomorrow I woke up and you got lip filler or like, skin tightening or whatever, huge boobs, it's like, what happened? It's in the same way that if it was flipped, I've talked about many times that I'm regretful of a handful of my tattoos. Yes, some tattoos include a story and whatever, but there's some that I just got when I was too young, whatever. And I've talked about often, I would like to either get them removed, or if I am ever to get a tattoo in the future, I'm going all out, but in the sense of like cover-ups, so like blackouts for the arms or whatever. But in this hypothetical, it's, here's a hypothetical for you. I say that I'm going to get tattoos, to like get my tattoos covered up, and I come home with face tattoos, and they're all over my face.
Ooh.
Because would you still love me? I'm still the same person underneath, but something happened, and that affects me. And if you have an altar made of me, something has happened. Or it's a peek into the psyche, the side of your psyche that I did not understand, that I didn't know was there. And so I feel duped that I had to discover this because it was a secret that you were hiding from me because you knew he's not going to like this, And that's freaky. It's scary.
Yeah, it is. It is scary to think about. And granted, these are all insane. But
they're all crazy.
But like, which is not, there are some of the softer ones that are not insane. I have to start with them being insane. But just how many things we wouldn't survive. And it's like, oh no.
Because those hypotheticals, if they existed in the universe where it makes sense that, like, of course you have an altar, then sure, I would still love you. Because if you think about the context there, how sweet. You're so in love with me that you've made an altar to me, that you frequently go in and you, like, if I'm not here, I'm here a couple days a week and then I go home and I stay at my house and then I come back over the weekend and I bring the dogs over or whatever. To think about the fact that you want to, like, smell my smell or remember me or, like, see pictures of me or, like, you have a thing dedicated to thinking about our love. That's very sweet. You've got my beard hair in there. Like, there are layers to the hypothetical that make it such that, like, it's scary.
Yeah.
Because you could be a witch. You could be a witch and you could be, like, doing weird voodoo on me. And I don't necessarily believe in that. But, like, I didn't give you permission to do that. Just for the listener, the air just kicked on. I think it's probably going to change the audio a little bit, but I'm just going to address it and move on.
So they know the rules of the game. They're aware of the context.
Some?
Can we walk through one? No, I'm trying to think of a good one, but I'd love a good crazy walkthrough. I'm trying to think of one.
Can I talk about the one that we talked about?
Which one? The cocaine one?
No.
It was
the feet one.
Yeah, you can talk through the feet one. And then I want to think,
she hit me with...
Wait, I'll do it. Okay, so here's a hypothetical for you.
Are we acting this out?
No, I want a fresh one to have.
Okay.
If that's too picky.
No, that's fine.
So you find out, and to be clear, as with all these things, I would never do this. But...
And are you... In this hypothetical, maybe I'm stepping on your toes. Are you telling me I find out or you tell me?
You find out.
That's always worse.
But you might find out by me telling you. So I don't know. I guess you can.
I think it is different.
Interpret that as you will.
Okay. Like you telling me you have an altar is different than me finding the altar. Yeah.
So you find out that I have been secretly taking pictures of your feet to sell for money. And I'll just leave that vague. There can be different rationales for it. But
now,
that's the...
I do want to act this out.
Okay, you want it to be the feet one?
I don't want to act it out. I just want to...
Let's
we're going to give them an example.
Yeah.
This is the example of how we act it out. So I have just discovered that is my face in any of them?
No, of course not.
It's only my feet.
It's just your feet. Sometimes there's socks on, but like there was one time where I did, like, I'm sorry, babe. I know this is not funny, but it's kind of. It's not. I'm sorry, it's not funny. But you,
Ew.
I slowly like, it was a video, and I did like remove a sock from your foot as you were sleeping.
Okay. Do people
that one made
know?
a lot of money for what it's worth.
Do people know they're my feet?
No, but it is like, it's for the like people who are into gingers.
Do people know you are the seller?
No.
So they don't know you.
It's like Foot Girl Lover 6969 or something on the platform.
Ugh.
I don't know. It's an alias. It's an alias.
What have you been doing with the money?
I've been putting it away into a savings account for new gear for you.
Ooh. For the listener here, I think it's also important that we discuss what we use often, which is the curtain call.
It's a safe word.
It is our safe word for these hypotheticals when we go, I don't want to think about this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. I don't like it. What I would likely do is I'm going to put a curtain call on that because what I would think about is now we'd be talking about consent.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like you're doing something that actually benefits me and does not hurt me, but it has affected our relationship in this hypothetical because now this is a consent thing. I did not consent. Even though you had good intentions, there is suddenly a weird like, well, what else are you doing that I don't know about? And if your response was, well, I guess I don't know in this moment. Like, I think I've told you everything. Then there's a spiral of, okay, so you're taking pictures of my feet. It's mostly harmless. It's definitely what would be considered conventionally creepy and non-consensual and something I would not have expected you to ever do, which is not the feet thing, but the betraying of the trust thing.
I would.
You would definitely take pictures of my feet.
It's a joke. It's a joke, everybody. I would not.
Go.
Yeah.
Soft launch. Yeah, it's tough.
Would we survive it?
Would we? Right. Would we survive it?
Because the initial answer to the feet one was no, and it was like a immediate no, which I think is valid.
It's a betrayal of trust because let's flip it on its. I almost said flip it on its feet. Flip it on its head.
Keep it on its toes.
Let's keep it on your toes. Whatever. What if I was taking pictures of your feet? Suddenly, that becomes what is unfortunately a gendered, creepy stereotype of dudes liking women's feet, and a betrayal of consensual understanding, and like, yeah, it feels like what would be considered abusive in a psychological way.
Yeah. Well, because to go back to what you were saying earlier, it is just not something I would ever expect you to do. It forces you to recontextualize how you know a person.
So that's the feet one. Did you have one in mind that was like a new hypothetical?
No, I'm sorry. I got wrapped into the feet.
Ew. So anyways, throughout our day-to-day, this is often what we're doing. We're making food or playing a game, or she's working independently, or I'm working independently, or whatever. And then it's just, here's a hypothetical for you. And then we'd launch into that. There's also a hypothetical that we don't use as a hypothetical. It's
just improv acting.
It's improv acting. You already know where I'm going.
Yeah, I sure do.
Where it can often be seen as uncomfortable. If you were to like pick up on this and you thought we were serious, it would be kind of fucked up to see. But it's just a bit. Emma and I are very good with bits, all right? That's our favorite thing. Our love language is bits. It's just doing bits that we have around the house. But this bit is like...
Well,
here, may I?
Well, sometimes can I...
Yeah.
The connection to this from the hypotheticals is if the hypothetical would lead to an argument, sometimes it's just fun to play out the argument as our
Yes.
worst selves.
Yes.
And that's the improv of it all.
So here, let's do this.
Yeah.
So the hypothetical that leads into what I have not yet described, that you're about to see the audience in real time, is how would we handle this? But most of the time in this post-hypothetical, the character I am is drunk.
Which we just realized today that David's drunk character does sound a little bit like Lola from Big Mouth.
Which I had never seen, and she played it, and it is dead on. But, okay, so the hypothetical.
Sure.
In this situation, you have asked me, what would you do if, like, every time I sip coffee or sip a drink, I'm an obnoxious sipper? Like, if I was, would you love me if I was an obnoxious sipper?
I've asked you this.
Yeah.
This. Okay.
So, sip obnoxiously. Oh my God. Okay, wait, sorry, now I gotta pause because I'm uncomfortable because I'm on camera. It is sometimes not the drunk character, although the drunk character is a character. It's also like...
It's just your worst self.
We're both so sweet to each other that the funniest thing to do is be horrific to each other because we would never. So it's like being mean about something that the other person doesn't realize. So you've taken that sip.
I gotta do it again. Hold on. We're getting...
Okay. I might slip into drunk, but...
Wait.
Do you understand how annoying you are?
Go on.
That shit is annoying. Like, sip... Oh, wait, hand. Just sip like a normal human being. You're so annoying.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
Oh, okay, to the audience. That character is the worst. I do this thing that is unfair to Emma. Is that I hit her with the mean guy character, and then she hits me with the mean girlfriend character, and I curtain call it immediately. Because she's so good at it that it makes me mad. Because it's like, I'm sorry, did you say something? Oh, let's do it. Anyways, so I've said this. Hit me with the. Did you say something?
What?
Are you not listening to me?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Pay attention to me when I'm
You're saying
talking.
a lot of things, but you're not saying anything.
It just makes me so mad. Curtain call. I don't know how to respond to that.
You know what's off limits? Can I say what's off limits for me? Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
limits big time for me.
It's the, are you gonna cry?
Yeah.
Like, if in this hypothetical, this character is like getting emotional, and my response as the bad boyfriend is like, oh, are you gonna cry? Typical. That's her red line in the same way that mine is like...
It's making my stomach hurt.
Well, there was a red line that I had kind of... It's that, but it's also it's like the mimicking, the mocking.
Yeah.
The like... I don't know. I'm getting self-conscious now because I'm realizing that some people are listening to us be mean to each other, but we can't even be mean to each other.
Wait, I am curious. Why do we think this is fun? I'm trying to like actually walk that out in my head.
Because
I'm
we're
realizing
really
on
good
paper
to each other.
It does sound like awful. We are.
Because it is mostly a creative exercise.
Yeah.
And that's fun for us.
I think so.
Because while I'm failing to do it on camera, it is something that like we just kind of snap into and then lean into the bit until we can't anymore.
Which is often like 2 sentences.
Yeah. And then I curtain call because she's taking it too far.
or I go, I'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just kidding, I can't.
Because you can see in my eyes that like,
yeah,
if this was the real you, that would affect me. And vice versa, that like, I could tell that like this character, if I was truly the character I am portraying, that would be such a mean person. And it is so antithetical to how we've like kind of established our relationship.
Yeah.
Which is good. That is a good thing. Yeah, the amount of times we have to curtain call because we slip into the drunk, mean
Yeah.
couple. Oh, it's just so, you know, like one of the hypotheticals was like, which I think is the light switch. It's the perfect light switch. It's, what if I never came to any of your shows?
Oh yeah, I just asked that last
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
And
2 days ago.
that one could be hurtful, but we found the light switch in that I would so much rather you, because likely it's, although we did play out the hypothetical with you being like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
It might hurt initially to know that you don't like it, but I would way prefer for you to tell me that you don't like something I do than lie to me. Because the more important thing is the honesty of like, look, I love you, I support you. It's just not really my cup of tea.
Yeah.
And this is also an exercise in like, we must be honest with each other. We can't lie to each other. But there are some times that you don't need to be 100% honest. In that if you didn't want to go to my shows, not because it wasn't your cup of tea, but that because you thought we suck, you can tell me it's just not really my cup of tea. It's not for me. It's not for me. I don't have a lot of fun. That way you and I don't have to have the conversation of, I think you suck. And then me be like hurt by that.
Yeah.
And that's the light switch. Is like, you know, if you were an annoying sipper, I don't need to tell you, you are so annoying. There's a way to be like, I think you're doing something that I don't think you realize you're doing. Which I won't explore, but like blowing your nose.
You can explore that. Also, wait, hold on. Can I write in your notebook?
Yeah.
I can read. Hold on. Go ahead. Blast me on air for
Emma
everybody.
blows her nose like a trumpet. And I don't think she needs to do that. But it's not annoying. I don't think you're using this Kleenex to its full potential. I think you are hurting yourself in the process by pushing all the air you possibly can with as much force out of your nose to clear the bogeys. You don't need to do that. What you're doing is adding air into your sinuses, which inflames the sinuses. You just need to push the proper amount of air to get boogers out of your nose. You don't have to like push from the roots.
Well,
oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I was telling David the other day.
Sorry, Emma just wrote something in the notebook that I was reading for those who are listening via audio.
You are, yes, if there are things I am unintentionally doing in my waking life that is like, I think you're doing something that you don't realize what you're doing.
This girl knows how to transition.
However, you are never more annoyed at me than you are when I'm in your dreams.
Yes.
I am the actual worst version of myself in your dreams, which is deeply unfortunate.
Which I think sometimes is why that scoffing, like hypothetical version of yourself hurts me so bad, is because I do see it and how it would actually affect me in my dreams. In
your dreams, not in real life.
I don't think that I have had a single dream where Emma is nice to me or good to me.
So sad.
I almost said there's been episodes, but there have been dreams where Emma is present and like she is doing the same thing I'm doing. But if her and I are interacting with each other, she's very mean to me in the dream, which I think this is a sweet thing, is that she's so nice to me in my waking life that the only time my subconscious can have anxiety about what it would be like for you to be mean to me is if it's in the dream world. And I think what my brain is doing is building up a weird callus to be prepared if you're ever mean to me. Like, okay, we've run this simulation before. How do we handle this? But oftentimes in my dreams, she's mean. She ignores me. That happens a lot. I'll be like crying or like begging her to talk to me or just look at me. And I'll see her like look over her shoulder and then walk away or look me dead in the eyes and go like, sorry. I don't know what you want me to do. Or I'm like, please stay with me. Or like, don't leave me or something. And she's like, sorry, what do you want me to do? There's no emotion there. And Emma also happens to be as is happening right now, the most emotional person I've ever met in a good way. This is not a.
Yeah.
Emma feels her feelings to the fullest degree.
In a big way.
Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, I will frequently, if I'm having big emotions, oftentimes, I mean, positive, just like I'm feeling very like, oh, this is something that's very beautiful, or like I'm feeling so much love right now. I will start to, according to David, shake like a scared chihuahua.
The first time I noticed this is when we watched Interstellar together.
Yeah.
Is you were leaning on my shoulder, and I just felt like,
do these movie chairs vibrate? Is it a massage chair?
It's feeling shaking, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? And it's the like, it's the sniffling about to cry.
Yeah.
And then she'll go, oh no, because she knows I'm not in control anymore.
Yeah.
I've lost control of the emotions.
Yeah, God, Tally, the things I've cried about recently, the goose that's out on the lake who's all by himself.
Yeah.
The way you look in the sunlight.
It's very sweet.
The dogs.
It's very sweet.
Any number of podcasts I've been listening to. It's a constant.
And I'm just so aware of your ability to feel those emotions that in my dream, when you're not feeling any emotion, when you are emotionless, it's like horrific to experience. Because to bring it back to these hypotheticals, something has changed and I don't know what happened, and I'm not in control, and I can't find the middle of the light switch because it's already dark and I can't find the light switch at all. I don't know what to do. It's just the scary thing has already happened and I can't get you to even acknowledge me or talk to me or whatever. And so, she's a real bitch in my dreams.
To tie real quick, just because this is a funny story, you woke up the other day, it may have even been this weekend.
I told the guys about this in the car.
The snoring?
Yeah.
So we do snore, but to be clear,
she's all right. Yeah.
I snore after having injured my face badly about a year ago. So,
and this is not, as I'm sure people have experienced, this is not relationship ending snoring. It is the occasional snore that I have to go, hey, wake up.
But it broke through to his dream, and in the dream, I was obnoxious.
It was a hypothetical.
I was being the obnoxious sipper. I was just, hey, babe, wouldn't this be annoying? And I was like, making the noise at you.
She was looking me dead in the eyes going, with open mouth, no expression, wouldn't it be really annoying if I snored like this?
Which the answer is yes.
And she's looking me dead in the eyes, and she's getting louder and louder and louder and louder. And then I wake up, and she's right in my ear going... I was so angry at the dream, Emma, that I can't remember how I woke you up, but it was mean. I did something mean.
Which is funny because I don't remember it.
Which is good because I think I was like, hey, enough. Sorry, babe, you're snoring. So it's cute. It's sweet.
Yeah.
I think I would love you if you became a worm.
Okay, so would you, if I became a worm?
If you became a worm, here's the thing. I am a grown adult man who needs love and connection in my life. So I don't think our loving, intimate relationship would last. You would be my best worm friend forever.
How long do worms live? Can we look that up really quick?
In this scenario, well, not on my phone. In this scenario, you're living... Right. You've just inhabited the body of a worm.
Well, yeah, but worms are not immortal. How long do worms live?
Get.
1 to 2 years in the wild. That's much longer than I would think. They can live 4 to 8 years or more in worm bins. There's a species of worm called red wiggler.
That was my name in high school.
God damn it, I was going to say that.
That's another bit.
So, night crawlers, that was my nickname in high school.
You haven't seen It's Always Sunny, where we've talked about night crawlers. I've recently started showing her It's Always Sunny. We'll talk about this on another
3
episode.
to 6 years. Okay,
We've got 6 years.
In this scenario, though, am I a newborn worm, or am I like the comparable? Like I would be like a 2-year-old worm.
With the 30-year-old Emma's memories and
yeah. So we've got maybe.
Look,
like 4
I'm
more
still
years
probably
together.
not going to kiss you.
Okay, but I actually don't. I think in this scenario, I am a worm. Like I'm not conscious. I think I am just a worm.
Well, then no.
Okay. No, I'm kidding. I'm not actually upset about that.
Here's
honestly,
the difference. Wait.
In this scenario, though, I think this would be more of a struggle for you than for me, because I am suddenly just like, I'm a worm. I don't know you.
Well, then if you, I don't know you. That's my worm. Here's the thing. And we don't need to talk about why this sentence I'm about to say annoys you. I would have love for you, but I would not
would you appreciate the worm?
I would appreciate the worm. I would not be in love with the worm.
Yeah.
I would be mournful of the life I had with you, but that does not translate to the worm unless in 8 years you're going to snap back into yourself.
This is like the prison question we asked the other day. Only the prison is a worm.
Yeah, the prison is a worm. I might not have the energy to explore the prison one all over again, just because we've actually done pretty well on time here. We're about 45 minutes in.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of hypotheticals. Mm-hmm. So you would not, but you would still mourn me if I turned into a worm.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't love the worm.
I would love the worm.
Yeah.
But I would not be in a relationship with the worm.
No. Yeah.
Right. So
right.
I would have to I would have to move on from the worm.
Yeah.
But I would keep you in some sort of plant.
Would you like tell your new partner about the worm? Would you keep the worm a secret?
That's weird. Let's explore this as a final hypothetical.
Okay.
I've brought you and I have been together for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I've brought you up to my favorite plant. Hey, I think, have you ever seen Stuart Little?
Oh God, not in a long time.
Okay, well, but you know the premise.
It's a mouse boy.
It's a little mouse boy.
Yeah.
And in the movies, the brother had to be like, hey, so I know this is like weird, but my brother is a mouse. And people would be like, what?
Mm-hmm.
What? Making the boy look kind of like crazy. Like, that's your brother?
Mm-hmm.
But in this hypothetical, I've brought you to a plan. I go, hey, so there was this weird street vendor that I ran into one day when I was walking through some street fair with an ex of mine. And he made us some deal on one of his little magical items. And whatever, he made us some deal with, like, I got some discount on some item here. And he said that in time we would find out what the discount was. And the discount was that in 2 years your partner would turn into a worm.
Are you coming up with this on the spot?
Yeah, it's not very good. It's not a very good exercise. Okay, whatever.
No, I'm impressed. It's okay. Please continue.
I was with a partner and they turned into a worm. And
are you talking to your new partner in this?
I'm talking to you.
Oh, we're pretending like you have a worm ex.
Yes, I'm about to show my worm ex. I'm about to show you my worm ex.
Holy
right?
Shit.
That's what I'm saying. So I've brought you to this plant. I go, this worm here is not just a worm. Like, this is my ex. She got turned into a worm by some magical street vendor. And I loved her, and I can't squish her. She doesn't have any memories of me. She's not going to turn back into herself. She's going to live to the age of a worm. But like, this worm here is someone I was in love with. And I just think you should meet them. Wouldn't that be? How would you feel about that?
Is this presumed to be a world where magic is possible, or do you
You
sound
posed
crazy?
the hypothetical.
I did pose the hypothetical.
Because you were like, what if, if you said, if you turned into a worm, would I show a future partner you?
I'm lobbying. I'm volleying back.
You've turned into a worm. Magic is possible.
Magic. Okay. But are we living in a magical world where it's like, oh yeah, shit happens?
No.
Okay.
No.
We're living in.
We're living in this reality where suddenly you've turned into a worm.
I would that would be the big hang up though, is I would fail to believe that you actually had an ex who had been turned into a worm.
Right. Which is sort of where the middle of the light switch is tough to get to, because you might not even believe that it's true, and therefore you think I'm doing a bit, but I don't give up on the bit, which makes you think maybe I've lost my fucking mind.
So you would not tell a future partner about me as a worm.
I don't know, because then one day I'm going to find you and you're dead in my soil. And I'm going to weep.
Yeah.
I will mourn the worm.
Oh no.
And they're going to be like, "What are you crying about? It's a worm." That's the best damn worm I ever loved in my life. Would I love you if you were a worm? Yes. I might even keep you in a pot of soil. But I'm going to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the healthy answer.
And with that, I don't think I have anything else aside from, please, again, December 12th, the Pyramid Scheme. Midwest guys on vacation, years later, hexing. We're headlining our third annual Ugly Sweater Party. Wear your ugliest sweater. Midwest Guys is headlining. It's my first time headlining at the Pyramid Scheme, which is my favorite venue to play in Grand Rapids. $12 to come out. If you can come out, but you can't, for whatever reason, afford a ticket, let me know. We can get that figured out. I want to see people in there. I want to see people having fun. I want to see people stay for all the bands. Mm-hmm. If you have disposable income, the best way you can support a band is buying their merch. And this is our last show of the year, so this is kind of how we want to remember 2025, is by having some semblance of a successful show at our favorite venue with our favorite bands in town, with our favorite people in attendance. So please, December 12th, the Pyramid Scheme. I will probably see you one more time this year, so this is not the last episode of the year, but Emma, do you have anything else that you want to tell people about? Plug?
I think that's it.
What time is it according to your phone?
It is 6:44.
We got about an hour till soup?
Hour till soup.
Okay. All right. Well, Emma, I love you. To the audience, I love you. I think that's it, yeah?
I think so.
All right. Love you guys. Thank you for joining the ADH Deep Dive, the show that's not about ADHD, but is filled with proof it exists. My name is David J. Mund, and I will see you next time.